Welcome to freedom, right here, right now. Today we're looking at spiritual freedom. Do you have a sense that there is something greater than yourself at play in the universe, not tied to any particular religion or dogma, but to the mysteries and magic of life? Wikipedia's definition of spirituality is that it is an immaterial reality, an inner path enabling a person to discover the essence of their being, or the deepest values and meanings by which people live. I also looked at the individuals noted as the top 100 spiritual people in the world, as listed by Watkins, London's oldest and largest independent esoteric bookshop, established in 1893. I saw such names as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Louise Hay, Marianne Williamson, Nelson Mandela, and Oprah Winfrey. So what do they all have in common? They're people of love and peace that inspire us to be all we can be, to stand taller, be more courageous, compassionate, and caring in our own unique way. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why was I born? What's my purpose, my reason for being here? Most people stumble along in life not really knowing why they are doing what they are doing, easily taking on the dominant beliefs of society, culture, or parents, following the patterns of people before us and around us. Go to school, maybe university, get a job, buy a house, settle down, have children, and sometimes, as we follow this well-worn path, we never even think to look for our own path or our own truth. I was just the same until life gave me a very big shake-up. For as long as I remember, I've always felt on a mission. From a very young girl, I was driven by an unquenchable thirst to serve something greater than myself. For a long time, I didn't know what, where, or how. My first career, I was a nurse and I loved it. Never really wanted to be off duty. But when I became a single mum, I needed to earn more money and have less shift work. I took a job for the first time in my life for the money, the company car, and the perks. But deep down, I knew it was not what I wanted to do. It didn't make my heart sing. But every time I saw the paycheck, I told myself to just carry on. I became increasingly miserable and unhappy until one day I was driving at night on the motorway when I had stabbing pains behind my eyes and the curtains came down and I went blind. I sat there scared, angry, frightened, and finally started to pray to a God I hadn't thought about for a very long time. I promised if my sight came back, I would live my passion and find my purpose. I knew clearly that I hadn't been living the life I was born to have. Now I was lucky. My sight came back and I had my second chance. I realised I was born to be a carer, but not in safe, secure England. I believed I had the courage, skills and confidence to assist people who had lived in some of the harshest environments in the world. 3 years later, when my children left home, I leapt into the front line as a humanitarian worker. 15 years later, I'm still here. But it took me to go blind while I was driving to wake me up and realise that I'd gone right off my path and purpose. On the front line, giving people a hand up in the direst of conditions makes my heart sing. I have found my sense of peace and mission. Why would I need a holiday when every day is rewarding and fulfilling? So here's your challenge. Don't wait until you have a wake-up call as I did. I want you to reflect on your life as it is now. What part of it makes your heart sing? What are you doing when you feel the wonder of the world? Is it walking in nature, looking at a sunset, swimming in the sea, playing with children? If you get stuck on what your purpose is, you can get some really good clues by remembering what you were doing when time just flew by. The hours whizzed by and you were totally absorbed. Think of where you were when you felt totally at peace, one with the world. Write it down and reflect on it. See how you can build on what you discover. I'm waiting to hear from you. In 2004, I dashed into the chaos in Thailand post the Asian tsunami. I remember it as if it was yesterday. I never imagined it would be as bad as it was. For the first time in my humanitarian career, I nearly ran. It was just too much. The sights, the sounds, the smells. Cars thrown on top of buildings, a tangled mess of debris. The sheer scale of death. I wanted to vomit, heat stifling. My only thought, I can't do this. Trust matron to appear at my weakest moment. It's not about you, nurse. I could hear her clearly as I was transported fleetingly back to my early days of nursing. There matron stood, tall, strong, resilient in her starched white apron. It's not about you, nurse, she said firmly. You're here to help, to serve, to contribute. Those words of encouragement squelched my moment of weakness and enabled me to get up and carry on with my purpose. One of mankind's greatest human needs is contribution. When we're helping others, we access a special part of ourselves that is pure magic. Your second challenge this week is to commit to paying it forward. Anything, large or small, a random act of kindness, giving anonymously, babysitting for a worn-out mum, or allowing someone in a rush to get ahead in the supermarket queue. As Nathan Schaefer said, at the close of life, the question will be, not how much have you got, but how much have you given? Not how much have you won, but how much have you done? Not how much have you saved, but how much have you sacrificed? How much have you loved and served, not how much you are honoured? I look forward to hearing from you.